Welcome to Wesley Impact. This is the television program of Wesley Mission, where we look at an area of our community services work, speak with a member of our staff or a friend of Wesley Mission, and invite you to participate in our congregational life. My hope through this television show is to get to know you a little more, share in this time together, and present a broad cross-section of our work to you. A little later today, I'll be speaking with Rita. Rita is one of our youth managers at Wesley Mission and oversees Wesley Take Charge of Your Life, as well as other areas of our work. Last week, we saw the first of a two-part documentary series looking at the lengths our team goes to preparing young people to transition out of foster care. Wesley Take Charge of Your Life began when we noticed that some young people in foster care turned 18 but didn't have some of the essential life skills that many of us take for granted. Things like knowing how to do a load of washing, knowing how to put together a basic weekly budget, and knowing how often to shop for groceries. Wesley Take Charge of Your Life has been running for a number of years now, and the results, well, they're transformative.
Wesley Take Charge of Your Life is a program that supports young people as they're transitioning out of foster care. It runs through all of Sydney and up to Ballina, so wherever we have an out-of-home care office, wherever our foster care teams are based, Wesley Take Charge of Your Life works with them all the way up the coast.
The name of my role is Future Planning Consultant. My role entails providing support to those children who are ageing out of the foster care system and ensuring that they have all the help and support that they need to live independently. All right, checking your mirrors before you pull out, make sure it's all clear. Right now, I'm assisting Claire with getting, some of her hours up. She's looking to get her licence fairly soon. So, in some cases, some young people may not be able to get all their hours up because, their carers may not have the time. I'm just assisting Claire right now, just so she can get more hours up so she can go for her Ps. Oh, good job there. Some people would have turned in front of that man. It will be building Claire's confidence up to know that, she can get herself around, she can make appointments. If she ever needed to, help a friend out, she could do that as well. So it's basically, building on her daily living skills and ensuring that she's got that confidence to know that, she'll be able to get herself around. So how have things been at home?
They've been good. I'm looking forward to moving out though.
Yeah?
Foster mum's really riding my tail.
Oh, about what?
Oh, just need to do something. Need to be more social and get more work, better job.
Okay, so she's wanting you to be more of a social butterfly, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, in some way, I guess.
Okay, so we're going to reverse. Did you check over your shoulder, Claire?
Yep. Straight.
Yep, straighten up. Ooh, watch the curb. There we go. Good stuff.
I try and touch base with my team leaders on a weekly basis, usually 2 or 3 times a week, and that keeps me up to speed with what's happening up north as well as what's happening in Sydney and with the Kickstart houses. Hey Rosie.
Hey Rita, how you going?
Good, how are you? How's your day been?
Oh, not too bad. Got a phone call from Tristan.
Oh.
So unfortunately he's broken up with his partner.
Yep.
And needs housing. I've spoken to Peter at Wesley Housing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a property, so we're going to be in touch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hopefully early next week to go get Tristan out there and have a look at it.
Oh, fantastic.
Hopefully that all works out for the best.
Oh, well that's good. And if you need any help with the bond or the moving costs or anything, we can work something out.
Yep, you're always good for it, Rita.
Excellent. Thanks, Rosie. See ya.
Sorry, see ya.
For any young person when they turn 18, there's still a long way to go to developing the skills that you need for adulting. Taking on a rental property, managing your car, managing your life, managing relationships, all of those things are really complex, and most young people have the opportunity to go backwards and forwards to their family to have that ongoing support. Wesley Take Charge of Your Life team, in effect, tries to provide that support to young people, you know, as they enter adulthood and they start practicing adulting, which is complicated.
The best thing about my job is seeing the personal growth in all the young people, empowering them and seeing the confidence and boost in their self-esteem, knowing that they are able to perform particular living skills tasks on their own. So after my appointment at Centrelink with Corey, I'll be assisting another client with looking at a new rental property. Today I'm here to assist one of our young people by the name of Corey. He just needs assistance applying for youth allowance, so I'm going to head in on there now and give him a hand.
My future planners work really closely with other teams. They work with homelessness teams, they work with the financial counsellors that also support our work around teaching kids around the financial management and budgeting lessons. So there's lots of different parts of Wesley that we can connect with that help us to provide a holistic service to the young people that we work with.
So Claire, we've had a look at a few of the furniture items you're going to have, but let's go back over the budget that we discussed last week with your current income. Yep. So currently you're getting Centrelink.
Yep.
Budgeting and living within your means is a super important skill that we try and teach our young people. And like we talked about, if you get a part-time job while you are studying, that'll give you a bit more to add to the budget. But at the moment, a lot of people who don't get those skills early on in their adult life will find it very difficult to get out of that debt cycle, and the way they live their life is beyond their means, which can be really difficult and put them into really horrible situations like homelessness. So we've talked about your rent. What are some of the other things you think you need to pay for out of your budget?
Food.
Yep.
Uni fees, like my textbooks and stuff. How I get to uni and back.
So public transport. Have you got any other expenses that you can think of?
Oh, my phone.
Phone.
But I pay that monthly, that's on a plan.
That's okay, we can work out that. So what we would do, because it's a fortnightly budget and you pay monthly,
yep.
We would just
I have my medication too.
And your medication. Okay. Some people struggle because the amount of money that they're budgeting with is so small, given that it's a government benefit. So that's why we try and teach them ways to increase that budget, like getting a part-time job while studying, or thinking of other ways to bring in a small income to help them so that they can actually get the things that they want as well as the things that they need. Your rent assistance and also 25% of your income. So your income is...
Another part of the service that we provide through this team is an aftercare service. So for young people, once they turn 25, Wesley Mission is still there and they can come back at any time, and we have an aftercare worker who can provide support for them and referrals out to other agencies, or just be a listening ear for them to come back to if they need to. Wesley Mission sees the young people that have been in foster care with us as being part of the Wesley family, and therefore we try to always be there for them.
So you know the guy that I was seeing the other week?
Yeah.
So we ended that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
what happened there?
Oh, it just didn't work out.
Oh, it's not.
But I started on, I met a guy online that I think might seem promising.
So right now I'm speaking to Claire about cyber safety, and she mentioned that she met a guy online, and I'm just explaining to her or suggesting some things that she can do if she does decide to meet up with him. What types of information have you shared with him?
Or like general stuff, what I do in the day, like my name, obviously what I do for work and for study. He knows about my siblings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a little bit about my story, but I haven't really shared that much.
Okay.
Yeah, and it might be a conversation that might come up every so often, and it's just like preparing the young person and ensuring that they have, I guess, the skills and the confidence knowing that, you know, they have a plan B. And this is just a suggestion. I'd be very careful about like meeting up with him, make sure that you don't invite him back to the house. I would probably meet him in a public space, you know, during the day. And even if you wanted to have maybe someone like a friend nearby, just in case if things go a little bit haywire, then you can leg it.
The things that you saw today are just a glimpse of what happens in their life, and we just hope that they are lessons that they take with them on their life's journey, that they are lessons that they just absorb into their life, and eventually they don't need that ongoing support to remind them and teach them, but they're things that they will just start to do naturally as they mature and as they have that support around them. And a lot of it is actually building their confidence and giving them the belief in themselves that they can do it. And not every day is great. There are some really heartbreaking things that happen that we just have to work through. We are having a positive impact in the lives of the young people we work with. It feels like we're setting them free and helping them fly, and watching them fly is amazing.
If you would like to learn more about Wesley Mission, visit wesleymission.org.au. You can find help in our community services, connect with our church and congregations, discover a volunteer role that suits you, stay up to date on the latest news and information, donate to support our work, and help make a positive difference in your community. You can also connect with us on social media and subscribe to receive the latest news and information about Wesley Mission directly into your inbox. Visit wesleymission.org.au.
So please get in contact with us if Wesley Mission can be of any help to you or a loved one in any way. We're always ready to jump in, roll our sleeves up and lend a helping hand however we can. The full documentary looking at the work we do with Wesley Take Charge of Your Life is available on Wesley Mission's YouTube channel. And to talk more about Wesley Take Charge of Your Life, Rita Carraz joins me in the studio. Welcome, Rita. We've just seen the lengths to which our Take Charge of Our Life team go to assist those we have the privilege of serving. Why is this so important?
Oh, Stu, you can imagine for any young person when they're turning 18 and entering that adult life, there's so much that they have to work through, so many twists and turns they have to do, so many things they have to know. And for our young people who have been in foster care, some of that learning can be hit and miss, and the Take Charge of Your Life team can come in and really help them with whatever they might need. So it just gives us the opportunity, as you said, the privilege to walk beside the young people and just help them achieve their goals and make the best life that they can for themselves.
We saw in the documentary that you provide financial training, employment training, training around cooking a meal. What other things do we provide through Take Charge of Our Life? What sort of education?
Really, whatever the young people might need, and driving lessons is one, a really common one. Assistance with finding housing, if that becomes an issue for them. Linking them back to families, sometimes linking back to birth families or to their community is an important part. So we really work with the young people, help them identify what they want to achieve, and then just walk beside them as they achieve their goals. And we'll do whatever it takes to help them to get there.
Now, some of the people who are watching, they're probably thinking, how is it that young people can find themselves at 18, 19 and not have these basic skills? I mean, can you give us an insight as to why that would be?
Any young person at 18 doesn't have all of those skills. I've got 3 grown-up children, and you know, when they were 18, they leave home, they come back, they rely on a lot of family support and connections. You also need to remember that the young people who have been in foster care also have a trauma background, so some of their experience as children might mean that some of that learning that happens through life, through those developmental stages, gets missed because of the other things that are happening in their life.
Now, on any one night across our Wesley Mission family, we're privileged to provide out-of-home care, foster care for 670 children or thereabouts. I mean, how many of those need this sort of additional support once they transition out of out-of-home care?
My team will come in at 15 for every young person in out-of-home care with Wesley. And at that point, we just do a bit of an assessment and see where they're at, see what additional supports they have around them. For some of them, that work becomes intensive. For some of them, there isn't a lot. Some young people at 18 just decide we don't want to have anything to do with the system. They'll sort of pull back, but then a year later, they'll touch base with us again. And that's one of the beauties of Take Charge of Your Life. The Wesley program is very unique because I don't know of any other program where young people can come back like that and just say, hey, I need this now. And we will assist them with whatever they need up until 25. And then we have ongoing support past that as well.
So it's all about empowering these young people.
Absolutely.
And giving them the skills they need.
Yeah, they're the heroes of the story. They're the ones who are incredibly resilient, and they're the ones who make their life what it's going to be.
Without the support like Take Charge of Our Life provides, what would be the possibility of the story of a young person that doesn't have these skills? Where does that take them potentially?
If we look back to before Take Charge of Your Life started in 2017, the government did a report where they looked at the outcomes for young people who had left foster care, and they were pretty poor in terms of education, those who finished Year 12, those who went on to further study, those who were able to get employment, and that's part of what drove Wesley Mission to develop this program. So I guess what we're looking at is, avoiding homelessness, avoiding unemployment, long-term unemployment, support with families so that their children are not going back into care, so providing them support with raising their own children, which is a really important element as well, as you can imagine. So linking them into community and into those services that might help them along the way.
Rita, you do amazing work, you and your team. What motivates you? What is it that gets you up in the morning, that brings you into spaces that can be really challenging and where those challenges come at you thick and fast? Why would you give yourself to this?
The biggest thing for me is that with Take Charge of Your Life, we can see the impact it has on young people's lives. Often, I've been in this industry for a long time, and some of the work you do, you feel like you're just kind of going over the same old ground. In this program, we can see lives being changed, and that gets you out of bed every morning. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, and I have an amazing team, and they sort of keep me going. So. Yeah.
We're so grateful for the work that you and your team do and the transformative impact it's having on the lives of so many young people and the stories it's helping them write, empowering them to write. Thank you so much for joining.